Today's reading is SCP-4931 from the SCP Foundation. Item number SCP-4931. Containment Class Euclid. Disruption Class Flam. Risk Class Notice. Special Containment Procedures. Observational Site 4931 has been constructed near the bridge connecting to SCP-4931-1 in order to prevent civilians from entering. Trespassers are to be turned away and, if necessary, amnesticized. Due to its cooperation, SCP-4931 is allowed 1 hour of tea time with personnel on a daily basis. Exploration into SCP-4931-1 has been deemed unnecessary. Description: SCP-4931 is a designation given to a male humanoid entity equipped with metal armor. Throughout containment, SCP-4931 has not been observed to remove its metal suit and has refused to do so upon request. It is also biologically immortal, possessing no need to consume nor sleep, though it does perform the former on occasion. The specimen self-identifies itself as Sir Brave and acts as a guard for a wooden bridge connecting to two separate landmasses. This dilapidated bridge leads to a remote island containing a village, SCP-4931-1. No organism has been seen exiting from the buildings residing within SCP-4931-1, leading to the belief that the populace is abandoned. SCP-4931 is not aware of this. Attempts to bypass the border through methods separate from crossing the bridge resulted negatively, as individuals are compelled to avoid such efforts. A similar effect is present when trying to access SCP-3931-1 while accompanied. Additionally, before crossing the bridge, SCP-4931 challenges the subject to a duel, wherein a steel sword manifests in both persons' dominant hand. During the battle, it is noted that SCP-4931 exhibits poor defense skills and is highly susceptible to injury. The individual is capable of severing SCP-4931's limbs with ease, though the anomaly does not express any signs of pain. Instead, it refers to the injury as merely a scratch or a variation thereof. Following this, SCP-4931 regenerates its severed limbs, along with sections of its suit, at a rapid pace and continues to prevent the subject from entering 4931-1. The brawl pursues until the person forfeits the match, after which the weapons demanifest. No recorded individual has been able to defeat SCP-4931. Apart from these engagements, SCP-4931 is typically considered docile and compliant with Foundation staff. Discovery: SCP-4931 was accidentally discovered during a retrieval mission of an unrelated anomaly that had previously breached containment. Agent Barlow was sent in to attempt access into SCP-4931-1, a log of which is transcribed below. Begin log. Recording starts. Agent Barlow stands in the field, with the camera facing the bridge leading to SCP-4931-1. SCP-4931 stands adjacent to it, with its arms on its hips, and does not notice Barlow in the distance. Okay, should be recording. Agent Barlow approaches SCP-4931, who turns to face him. Halt, outsider! Hello there. May I pass this bridge? None shall pass. Well, I'm no thief or any criminal of the sort, so I'm sure you can make an exception. I promise I won't be there for long. Are you of royal heritage? No. Then I'm afraid not, outsider. Find shelter someplace else. I doubt I'll find another village anytime soon. That may be unfortunate, but I have no reason to let you in. Look, I'm not looking for trouble, but could you please just do me a favor and let me in? If not, I might as well force my way in myself. Then you shall perish under my blade. Blade? What blade? You're not even holding anything. A sword manifests, and Barlow's and SCP-4931's hands. What the? If you wish to pass, you must defeat me in a duel. Wait, what? No, I don't want to fight you, I just want to get in. I have no reason to trust you, outsider. Now enough talking, it's time to die. SCP-4931 charges towards Barlow's direction. Ah, fuck. Barlow defends himself with the weapon and pushes SCP-4931 back. It tumbles before balancing itself in a crouched position. Could you please stop? I don't want to hurt you. Ha! To think you would underestimate my greatness. Don't belittle me, outsider. Barlow continues to defend itself from SCP-4931 for 3 minutes. Do not be such a coward. Come and fight me, you scaredy cat. At this point, I might as well. God damn it. Barlow swings his sword and manages to cut off SCP-4931's left arm. Both persons pause and stare as SCP-4931's arm falls to the ground. Oh my god, are you okay? Don't worry, this is merely a scratch. A scratch? Your fucking arm's on the floor, what are you talking about? Well, SCP-4931 quickly regenerates its arm and gestures with it. I've had worse. SCP-4931 charges the sword towards Barlow's stomach. He barely manages to dodge it. Shit. Mind your language, outsider, we've only just begun! The battle continues for 43 minutes, during which Barlow attempts to cross the bridge on multiple occasions before SCP-4931 intervenes. Afterward, Barlow drops to his knees in exhaustion, sweating and staring at the ground. I give up. The two weapons lift into the air and demanifest following a sudden spark of light. SCP-4931 places its arms on its hips and confidently laughs, puffing out its chest. Aha! Once again, the great Sir Brave wins yet another fight. My village is safe for another day from the likes of you, outsider. Barlow does not respond. Oh, do not fret. I am no killer. I am merely a loyal knight protecting his people. Now leave my domain at once, if you will. You may be determined, but I have strength and agility. There is no chance of you winning whatsoever. Barlow falls over and passes out. Ah. Well, isn't that unfortunate? SCP-4931 leaves and returns to the bridge. Though I'd rather not involve myself in this situation. I'm sure someone else will arrive and retrieve this pitiful soul. Besides, I have a village to protect. SCP-4931 stands in the same position next to the bridge for approximately 2 hours before the feed disconnects due to the body camera's batteries running out. End log. A second exploration attempt shortly commenced afterward, involving Agent Barlow and Agent Wilson. Prior to this event, the Foundation was not aware of SCP-4931-1's compulsion effects, leading to the subsequent failure of the agent's efforts at accessing the village. Below is a transcription of the aforementioned incident. Begin log. I'm sorry, but I still can't believe you got done in by this thing. Be quiet, Wilson, we're nearly there. We don't want that knight to notice us. Calm your horses, man, I'll shut my mouth. The agents arrived at the bridge. SCP-4931 is in a similar position as noted in the previous recording. That's the guy? Who else would it be? Just confirming. You know, I don't see what's so dangerous about him. He seems like a nice guy to talk to. I thought you were briefed on him? He challenges you to an impossible duel without your consent, and once you inevitably lose, he just minds his own business while going on about his duty as this village's guardian. Well, I'm sure he can beat the two of us. Exactly, so stop wasting time. Your lead, Barlow. Both agents approach stealthily toward SCP-4931 as it takes notice of them and stands in a defensive position. I see you have returned, outsider, and you brought a friend with you. Acquaintance, but yes. We're here to enter your village if you don't mind. As I've said before, none shall pass. Besides, I doubt your acquaintance here shares blood with anyone even remotely resembling a smidge of royalty. What's that supposed to mean? Wilson, not now. If you surely wish to get past me, then we have no choice but to duel. That's why we're here. But first... I'd rather fight you alone, outsider. A 2 versus 1 isn't so fair now, don't you think? With all duels, I believe it's the most thrilling when it's fair. Now do me a favor and ask your partner to leave. You say I'm just gonna do what you ask. Wilson proceeds to walk away. Wilson! What the fuck are you doing? Like you said, man. It's not fair unless I'm on the bench. You're gonna do this show yourself. Sorry. Are you serious? Is this some other anomaly? The sword manifests within the person's hands. With him out of the way, let us begin! SCP-4931 charges towards Barlow. Oh, god damn it. The battle proceeds for 56 minutes, during which Wilson can be seen sitting in the field, silently observing the duo. Eventually, SCP-4931 is able to knock out Barlow with its sword. He falls backwards onto the ground unconscious as weapons demanifest. The entity puffs out its chest. Aha! Once again I, the great Sir Brave, have beaten you in combat. Better luck next time, outsider. Wilson abruptly gets up. He appears confused. What just happened? Oh, shit. Wilson immediately approaches Barlow and SCP-4931. Why, hello there, other outsider. What did you do? Hey, don't worry now, I assure you I am no killer. I would never do such a thing, even to outsiders. Unlike my untrustworthy... enemies. I would never dare hurt a soul. Yeah, whatever you say. But now I have to carry his body back to site. It's gonna be tiring. Is that so? Yes. By the way, thank you very much for that, knight. This is really what I needed today. I appreciate it. I'm not sure why anyone would want that, but you are welcome, outsider. I'm glad to help. What? No, I mean, never mind. End log. Following multiple failed attempts at accessing SCP-4931-1, see experiment logs, it was decided to cease all efforts indefinitely and build observational site 4931 nearby to inspect SCP-4931 and the village. The entity did not mind this and continued to guard the bridge. Experiment logs. Below are notable attempts at accessing SCP-4931. A full list is available upon request of the current research head. Test number 1. Procedure. Agent Barlow is to fly a helicopter over the border and into SCP-4931-1. Result. Failure. Beagle ceased movement before it could pass the bridge and briefly landed on the ground. Once Barlow promptly exited the helicopter, SCP-4931 proceeded to tackle him. Test number 2. Procedure. Agent Barlow is to use a handgun to temporarily disable SCP-4931 before crossing the bridge. Results. Failure. SCP-4931 managed to impale Barlow's gun with its sword. Test number 3. Procedure. Agent Barley is to lure SCP-4931 away from the bridge while Agent Barlow crosses it, entering SCP-4931-1. Results. Failure. SCP-4931 had successfully fought off Barlow, as Barley was inflicted by the village's compulsion effects and walked away. Test number 4. Procedure. A separate bridge is to be constructed connecting to the island SCP-4931-1 resides in. Results. Success. Failure. Initially successful, personnel were able to build a section of the bridge before they were compelled to destroy all progress made during the halfway point. SCP-4931 then confiscated the remains and constructed a makeshift barrier for the bridge. Test number 5. Procedure. Agent Barlow is to lure SCP-4931 into a trap. Once successful, he is to cross the bridge. Results. Failure. SCP-4931 was able to break out without difficulty using its sword, despite the trap being constructed of mainly metal, and ambushed Barlow before he could reach the bridge. Interview log. Interviewer, Agent Barlow. Interviewee, SCP-4931. Forward. The interview was conducted without incident following all the failed efforts to discuss regarding itself and its relation to the village it protects. Begin log. Right. Here we go again. Barlow approaches SCP-4931 once more, who notices him and immediately stands in a brawling position. Ah, so you've arrived once more, outsider. Let us hurry with our duel. That's not what I'm here for. What lies you utter. What other purpose do you have here, then? If you're here to negotiate, well, try your luck somewhere else. No, I've been sent here to ask you a few questions. Sent here, you say? I knew it. The enemy village must have sent you to gather intel on mine before conducting a plan to raid and rob our people. I've never heard of any enemy village myself, so I don't know what you're talking about. And while we do need to collect information regarding you and your village, we have no intentions of raiding it. Actually, we decided to give up on even exploring it recently. So what you're saying is that you're not an enemy? Would you believe me if I said yes? SCP-4931 pauses for a brief moment, staring at the ground while rubbing its chin. Fine, but on one condition. You must swear to never set foot in my village whatsoever. Am I clear? Yes, I promise. Then let us complete the oath with a contract to ensure you don't go back on your word. SCP-4931 gestures his pinky finger towards Barlow. What is this? You must complete the contract, outsider. Barlow hesitantly intertwines SCP-4931's finger with his. Like this? SCP-4931 lets go and glares at Barlow. It is done. Alright then. So you're willing to answer some questions for me regarding your village? Of course, outsider. We've signed the contract. I'm all ears. Finally. Well, to begin with, could you state your name? My name is Sir Brave, a loyal knight of my lovely village. And what is this village called? SCP-4931 punches its fist into the air. It is the village, but I prefer to call it my village. That way I can feel a closer connection with the people. Whatever you say. Barlow cracks his knuckles. And how long have you been guarding this bridge? I'm not sure. Haven't paid much attention to time, but I'd say it's been a few decades. I can still remember when I was a wee boy training to be a knight for the army. Army? Are you saying there are more like you? Why, yes, outsider. I'm surely not the only legend in this world, though that would be nice. My brothers are scattered far and wide across various territories to protect those in need from foul beasts. Dragons, goblins, disgusting and vile creatures, you get the gist. Well, if what you're saying is true, then we might need to conduct more research into this. Yes, more exposure to my brother's greatness. That would be appreciated. Of course. Anyways, how long has your village been around for? Very long time. Maybe even a century. For a small community, I guess you could say we're magnificent at staying intact. Is that so? Barlow briefly stares at SCP-4931-1. Something wrong, outsider? Nothing. Let's just continue. Could you possibly elaborate your relationship with the village and its people? How do you feel about your life here as a whole? Oh, well, isn't that quite the grand question? I don't even know where to begin. To be frank, the more I think about, the more I don't know how to start. I feel like a lot of people say this, but I'd say I feel like I belong here, you see? Soothing area, kindly folks, and the recent rejoicing training sessions with you outsiders. Honestly, it feels like being born here was a blessing. Has it always been that way? Well, it wasn't always peaceful. There was that one incident. Could you possibly elaborate? SCP-4931 scratches the back of its head. To put it simply, we were ambushed. Ambushed? Yes, by an enemy village nearby. I believe I mentioned it before. I assumed you were from their wretched army of violent, malicious freaks. What happened? Before I was a knight, I was assisting my mother around her flower shop. She was a wonderful woman, always hard-working and loving, you know? Some of her aspects even rubbed off on me, too. It was only the two of us back then. Father passed a while ago, rest his soul. That was the last time I saw her lovely smile. I was at the market when I heard screams coming from outside. When I headed out, I saw the townsfolk running about as these armored men on black horses hunted them down. It felt as if the souls were sucked out of them. I was shaking, I was confused. For the first time, I felt afraid. Even now, I can still feel the shivers running up my spine. It was truly horrifying. There were so many people who died under my feet, and I couldn't help. All I could do was stare as their lives were stolen from them. I immediately rushed back home while trying to avoid the men as best I could. I wanted to check if my mother was okay, but when I arrived, SCP-4931 stares at the ground. She was laying in a pool of her own blood. I dropped the groceries as a myriad of emotions struck me at once. I was devastated at the sight of the shop and her body, confused from the series of events leading up to it, and infuriated for the damned bastards that killed her. This was her dream shop, something she'd been willing to achieve ever since she was my age. They ruined it without a second thought. I tried to wake her up. I didn't want for it to be true, but she couldn't. She was dead. My mother, the woman who raised me my whole life, dead. To witness your loved ones pass in front of your eyes, and the fact that you couldn't prevent it, it hurts. I would give up my life for her. I didn't want it to be the other way. We were just a friendly community. What did we do to deserve this? I'm so sorry that happened. I didn't know you went through such a tragedy. No need to apologize. Fortunately, we managed to live on after the incident. But as a result, the mayor had decided to form an army of knights, willing to fight for our village's safety. And so you chose to join. Of course I did. I had to. I didn't want to witness another event like that. I wanted to help. I needed to help. Many people died along with Mother, and many more mourned because of that. I don't want that to happen again, and I won't let it. And so I trained hard every single day. I pushed forward for the sake of my mother, for the sake of the village. I aspired to be one of the best, no, the best knight that ever lived. I vowed to protect my village till I die. I am sure your mother would be proud of you. I truly hope so. I hope she can see me from up there, spending every day of my life preventing outside forces from reaching my village. I miss her every single day. Love her to pieces. That's nice to hear. I'm happy to see you're out here doing your best. Thank you very much, outsider. I don't usually talk about myself all that much. Actually, I've never talked to anyone for quite some time. It feels nice. Really nice. Well, I'd be willing to converse with you again if you'd like. That would be quite splendid. Maybe we could do so over a cup of tea as well. I love myself some tea from time to time. I'll make sure to file a request, on the condition that you grant me access to the village. Apologies, but I don't trust you enough to do that, outsider. No hard feelings, of course. Another lifetime, perhaps. Figures. End log. Afterward, daily tea times between Site-4931 personnel and SCP-4931 has been permitted following the interview. This article is written by winkwonkboi from the SCP Wiki.